بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. We should always be grateful to Allah Jalla Jalaluhu Amma Nawaluhu, perpetually displaying our gratitude for all the bounties that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has bestowed upon us. Likewise, the opportunity of witnessing the Mubarak month of Ramadan. It is at our doorstep. Sha'baan is a month where the plane needs a runway to take off, and every year one progresses slowly, eventually reaching their destination. But we have to be very careful and cautious. لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ آفَةٌ. Everything has a calamity, a downfall. وَإِنَّ آفَةَ هَذَا الدِّينِ الْأَهْوَاءُ. The calamity and the destruction of your deen will come when you start following your desires, following your ambitions, forgetting the purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us, and that may be a cause for a person's destruction. Sha'bi rahmatullah used to say, إِنَّمَا سُمِيَتِ الْأَهْوَاءُ أَهْوَاءُ. This desires, this ambition, this following your nafs, doing what you want to, how you want to, when you want to, it is called that لِأَنَّهَا تَهْوِي بِصَاحِبِهَا فِي النَّارِ. This is the same thing that will take a person to Jahannam. It will drop a person. Mujahid rahmatullah you say, Ma adri, I don't know which ni'matain a'zam alayya min Allah, which two bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is greater upon me. An hadani lil Islam, whether Allah granted me this deen, Islam, or afani min hadha al-ahwa, afani min hadhihi al-ahwa. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has protected me from these desires, these ambitions, these fake ilahs. So we have to be checking ourselves all the time. How many months have passed? What lessons have passed in this year? Have I taken ibrah? Has my life changed for the better? Umar bin Khattab radiyallahu anhu used to say, Zinu anfusakum qabla an tuhasabu. You check your amal, check your good deeds, check your life, check your progress with regards to akhirat, before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take your account. So account for your own life before your account is taken. وَتَزَيَّنُوا لِلْأَرْضِ الْأَكْبَرِ وَذَلِكَ يَوْمُ الْقِيَامَةِ يَوْمَئِذٍ تُعْرَضُونَ لَا تَخْفَى مِنْكُمْ خَافِيَةٌ. And if you have to prepare, if you have to beautify yourself, then prepare for that great day where you will meet your Allah and you will be accountable for your life. You will be accountable for every minute. You will be accountable for every second. So we've heard, we've seen, we've been through situations, janazas upon janazas. How much ibrah, how much lesson am I taking? Abu Darda radiyallahu anhu heard a man while he was following a janaza. Man hadha? Who is this person? فقال له أبو درداء هذا أنت. This is you. Don't worry who's the person. If you don't like what I'm saying, إِنَّكَ مَيِّتٌ وَإِنَّهُمْ مَيِّتُونَ. You will die, they all will die, everybody is going to die. If you're asking who this person is, it is you shortly. For you will soon be in the same position where he will be. Hasan Basri rahmatullah seen a person eaten by a graveyard. فقال هذا منافق. This person is a hypocrite. الموت بين عينيه وهو يشتهي الطعام. Death is in front of him and yet he is desirous for food consumption. Can the thought of food cross your mind when you are witnessing death in front of you? Is it possible? You should all say, Ya ajab, Ya ajaban. How strange, how amazing of a group of people who amaru bizad wa nuru birrahil. They have been told, prepare for the long distance. You need provisions and the journey The plane, the flight is going to leave. Your ruh will leave you. وَقَدْ جَلَسَ أَوَّلُهُمْ لِآخِرِهِمْ وَهُمْ قُعُودٌ يَلْعَبُونَ. Yet you people still got time to sit, relax, take it easy and not take lesson. مَا رَأَى مَيِّتًا إِلَّا كَأَنَّهُ رَجَعَ مِنْ دَفْنِ أُمِّهِ. Any dead body that you see, any maid that you hear about, it is like you have buried your mother. When a person buries their mother, what grief, what sorrow, what anxiety do they go through? Likewise, the grief and the anxiety that I will go in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and I'm going to be accountable, and the grief that you are not ready to meet Allah, that should make you very anxious and increase anxiety and worry and concern. So everybody is looking for this contentment and this happiness. بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبِ. When Allah is in this heart, this Allah will be on the tongue. This Allah will be seen on our actions. There was a king who had all the riches and luxury, but he never had any contentment. So he tried everything, and yet he was still restless and stressed. So in this anxiety, one day he seen one of his workers very contented. So the king summoned him and he asked, "Why are you so happy?" So he said, "Your Majesty, I'm not nothing, I'm not worth anything. I'm just a servant. I make enough money for my wife, children, for our needs. We just need food and a roof and basic necessities. My wife and children, that's what effort I make. They're there to make me happy. And whatever I bring home, they are contented." So the king, now thinking that this person here is happy and I'm sad and he's working in my palace, he dismissed him. Then he called his advisor and he narrated the entire incident. So the advisor realized I need to give him a swift answer. So he said the answer is that he's not part of the 99 crowd. So he said, "What is that?" So he said, "You know the 99 crowd, if you want to know them, you'll have to place 99 gold coins in a bag, get it left at that servant's doorstep and you will understand." So the king complied. He arranged for the 99 gold coins to be placed at the servant's doorstep. He wanted to put 100, but then he said, "You know what, I'd rather follow instructions." So as the servant was stepping out of the house, he found the bag. He looked at the contents. He was overjoyed. He could not believe it. He showed his wife and children. He emptied it on the table and they counted it, 99. So they counted it again and again and again. We counted wrong. Should have been 100 coins. So he's wondering now what happened to this one coin. So then they said, "Let's look everywhere." So they trailed the house. Maybe we dropped it outside. They went far and wide, as far as they could look. They never found the coin. So he said, "I need to complete 100. I've got 99. Let me make it 100. So the next morning he was upset. He was angry with the family. "Why you pala? I need to go earn this one coin." The whole night he was stressed. So a whole day and a whole night, that was his concern. Likewise, the wife and children as well. How can we make that 9900? So then the king went back and he said, "I did it." He said, "Did you get him to be observed?" He said, "Yes." Overnight he became restless, unhappy. There was quarreling, there was fighting. So he said, "Now you understand, king?" He said, "No." He said, he told the king, "Now officially the servant belongs to the 99 crowd, the special crowd and club of the 99. It's those people who have everything, yet they are not contented and happy. And they always want to make that one extra, the 99 into 100. So we have so much that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, but we lose our sleep, we lose our happiness, we compromise our relationships, we hurt people, we insult people, just to fulfill complete our quota, that 100, to be part of this 99 crowd, this 99 club. That's how the king got hidayat, and he realized his folly and mistake. So Mubarak Ayyam Sha'baan, we should be fasting Ayaame Beedh, 13th, 14th and 15th. Ibn Majah has a riwayat with a weak narration. Ali radiallahu anhu, ulama have listed and say that although it is weak and there are other narrations, Ibn Hibban has authenticated some of the narrations. So if we fast on the 13th, 14th and 15th, there's no dispute. فَقُومُوا لَيْلَهَا وَسُمُوا نَهَارَهَا, that if you fast in the day, then you will be fasting for those ayyam. Allah, the elan is made. Is there any mustaghfirun, anybody seeking forgiveness so that I forgive them? Mustarziqun farzuqahu, seeking rizq so that I can give them sustenance. Mubtalan fu'afi, you are in difficulties, you're in hardships, let me remove your hardships and difficulties. Hatta yatla'ul fajr, until the time of fajr. So the riwayat of Aisha radiyallahu anha, faqadtu an-nabiyya sallallahu alayhi wasallam, I never find the Nabi of Allah, and I went out to search for him, and he was at Baqi, Jannatul Baqi. So Aisha radiallahu anha said, Ya Rasulullah, ظننت أنك أتيت بعض نسائك, I thought so maybe you went to the other أزواج مطهرات. إن الله تبارك وتعالى ينزل ليلة النصف من شعبان إلى سماء الدنيا. Allah descends on the 15th Sha'baan to the sama, the heavens, the first heavens. فيغفر لأكثر من عدد شعر غنم كلب, the amount of hairs of the tribe here, the sheep that they possess, means innumerous. So a person, no matter how much guna they have, although there are specific nights and occasions where our maghfirat will be made, but we should be making tawbah all the time. Inna Allah la yattali'u laylatan nisf min Sha'ban fayaghfiru li jami' khalqihi illa li mushrikin aw mushahinin. Allah will forgive you except a polytheist, a person who has this malice and this hatred as well. Inna Allah la yattali'u ila khalqihi laylatan nisf min Sha'ban. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appears and He forgives His servants. Another one is a person, qatilu nafsin, who has killed somebody, a murderer. Likewise, illa zaniyatan bi farjiha, an adulteress also will not be forgiven. So the riwayat of Ali radiallahu anh that is one day he had went out on the night of the 15th of Sha'ban, and he said, Inna Dawood alayhi salam kharaja dha lalaytin. And the same occasion he went out, he looked to the sky, and he said that somebody makes dua, Allah will accept their dua. Anybody seeks forgiveness, Allah will forgive them. As long as they are not from those people who practice Asharan, it was a practice of Jahiliyyah, or Sahiran, a magician, or Sha'iran, a poet, or Kahinan, a astrologer, or Shurtiyan, an unjust policeman, or Jabian, an unjust tax collector. Likewise, people that engage in musical instruments, or Sahiba Kubatin, or Urtobatin, people that engage in playing this musical instruments, they will not be forgiven. So ulama have said that there were different groups. So amongst the tabi'een of the Sham, Khalid ibn Ma'dan, Makhul, Luqman bin Amir, they used to strive a lot and make a lot of ibadah during these nights. But the majority of the ulama of the opinion, especially the ulama of Hijaz, Ata ibn Abi Mulaika, Abdurrahman ibn Zayd, the fuqaha of Medina, Imam Malik, etc., they advise that what is best to do is not to overindulge, where you make it a very auspicious occasion and you consider it to be something which is extraordinary, like Laylatul Qadr. So the one group who were of the opinion that you should make ibadah, etc., they used to do it in the masajid. But our ulama have said that it's better not to engage together in ibadah, call people collectively, etc., and to make dua and to have bayanat and to keep the whole night alive. But advisably, and this is generally most of our ulama of the opinion which is closest to the sunnah, is a person alone. Imam Awza'i, the people of Sham, the fuqaha of Sham, etc., are of this opinion as well. That in your houses, to make ibadah is meritorious. And mention of Umar bin Abdul Aziz used to write to the governors, alayka bi arba'i layalin minas sana, that 4 nights the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala descends. The first night of Rajab, the 15th of Sha'baan, and the nights of Eid. So whether we are alive and Allah gives us the opportunity, these are Mubarak nights. It's close to the nights of Ramadan. Imam Shafi used to say that 5 nights dua is accepted. The night of Jummah, the 2 Eids, the 1st of Rajab and the 15th of Sha'baan. So although from Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam and Sahaba, it wasn't established that Qiyamul Layl, to make the whole night, to stay awake the whole night in ibadah, but the Tabi'in and some fuqaha of Sham used to do that. So it will be a balance. And deen is always balance, where there is moderation, etc. So a person should free themselves to make dhikr, to make dua, to make tilawat of Quran, and increase in tawbah and repentance. And a person should abstain from guna and sin, because duas are not accepted for these people, as mentioned: a polytheist, a murderer, an adulteress, a person committing adultery. These are great sins. So Nabi alayhi salam asks, Ayyu dhanb a'zam? What's the greatest of gunas? And antaj'ala lillahi nidda. They don't ascribe partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then what? تقتل ولدك خشية أن يطعم معك. To kill your child, to kill your children, to kill anyone as well. ثم أيو. Then what's the last worst one? That a person commits zina halilata jarik, with your neighbor, likewise committing zina, etc., is abhorred. So these are things which a person, gunas that are involved in, will keep them mahroom. And that's why a person should be very particular. Tuftahu babul jannah yawm al-ithnain wal khamis. So there are certain days, there are certain nights where maghfirat is taken. But people that are fighting with each other, have malice, hatred, etc., the guna will deprive a person of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Riwayat of Anas radiallahu anhu, Nabi alayhi salam told the Sahaba that a person, يَطْلُعُ عَلَيْكُمُ الْآنْ رَجُلٌ مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْجَنَّةِ, a person of the Jannati, will come, he's a Jannati, فَيَطْلُعُ رَجُلٌ وَاحِدٌ. So this person came. So Abdullah ibn Umar decided to go and investigate. فَلَمْ يَرَى لَهُ فِي بَيْتِهِ. He didn't see any great amal. فَأَخْبَرَهُ بِالْحَالِ. He said, you know what, I came here, but I actually came to find out what good amal, what meritorious amal are you doing, that Nabi alayhi salam is saying that you are a Jannati. So he said, مَا تَرَى وَمَا تَرَى, whatever you see me doing, I am doing the same thing as well. I don't do much. Sahaba were humble. Then he said that إِلَّا أَنِّي أَبَيْتُ وَلَيْسَ فِي قَلْبِي شَيْءٌ عَلَى عَهْدٍ مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. I don't have any hatred, malice for any person on earth. My heart is clean. وقال عبد الله بهذا بلغ ما بلغ. That through this amal you got the reward and you got the virtue. So Mubarak Ayyam, Mubarak Layali as well. Let us see Mondays and Thursdays fasting, Ayaame, Beedh, Tilawat of Quran, etc. increase. The amal for today is that if anybody's family passes away and they say Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, Allahumma Allahumma ajurni fi musibati akhlif li khayran minha wa akhlif li khayran minha. That this dua here, if a person says it, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him a reward for that calamity, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him better compensation. Allah will replace it for something better. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq of making amal wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen.